What's up, YouTube? Rackman 8 Eyes here. Sorry, I look like shit because pretty early in the morning here. Well, anyways, on to the predictions. The predictions for this, what I'll be predicting are UFC 146, Dos Santos versus MIR. Junior Dos Santos takes on heavyweight veteran in Frank Mir. Now, I think this is going to be a really good fight. It could be a blowout in either way. A lot of people are saying, oh god, Junior's got this easy, I don't think so. I don't doubt Frank Mir. I doubt Frank Mir when he fought Czech Congo, and people are going to say, oh, Czech Congo's not JDS, but, you know, but I still doubted him because he had better striking, and he nearly got knocked out. And he get knocked out, but no one put to sleep with a guillotine choke. But, and Junior just coming off of his heavyweight win off of King Velasquez. Speaking of, who will also be on the card tonight. So, anyways, on to the next thing. I believe I'm gonna start with the preliminary card as well, because I can see a couple of fighters here that I would like to make an announcement for. So the first fight in the preliminary card on FX will be Dan Hardy versus Dwayne Ludwig. You know, Dan Hardy, I used to be important guy. Now he just sunk with four losses in a row. If he doesn't win this or put in an impressive fashion win, I see Dana White cutting him easily. And he's fighting a man named Dwayne Ludwig. I can't remember, but I believe Dwayne Ludwig was a previous middleweight champion in the UFC. Was he? Oh no, I must be thinking of something else. I'm sorry. He's not even the same division. Wow, maybe. Anyways, yeah. So Dwayne Ludwig is a guy. He's a UFC veteran. I can tell you that much. I don't know a lot about him, but I know he's fighting Dan Hardy. My prediction of this fight would probably be by Hardy by decision. Not too much more interesting fight. Jason Miller versus Ultimate Fighter Season 7 finalist CB Dalloway. Now Dalloway's making his comeback. We haven't seen him in quite a while now, and he's gonna be fighting Mayhem. Yeah, Jason Mayhem Miller, and you know, this fight. I think this fight might actually go down to who has the more superior grappling, and I believe Mayhem has the more superior grappling. So, if I had to give you a prediction, I'd give it to Jason Miller's second round submission. Now, into Edson Barboza versus former WEC lightweight champion Jamie Varner. Edson Barboza coming off the amazing wheel kick knockout and Terry Edom, which I had Terry Edom win that fight, but boy was I wrong. And Jamie Varner, I believe he's coming off. I haven't watched a lot of his fights lately. Oh no, he's coming off of he's making a return to the UFC. Actually, he had a few. Looks like he's had a few impressive wins. Trouble making weight, I see, in the undercard leagues. So maybe we're in for a shocker tonight. With Jimmy Burns and Barboza. But I got Barboza KO. I'm not sure which round, but I'm pretty sure he'll knock him out. Now, on to Diego Brandao versus Darren Elkins. Diego Brandao coming off of one of he was rated to be one of the submissions of the year for the year of 2011 when he defeated Dennis Bermudez to become the season 14 and the very first featherweight Ultimate Fighter winner. With an amazing setup armbar after he got rocked with a huge punch, which was really unexpected because Diego Brandao is usually the guy who delivers the rock hard punch. But, you know, he got hit, but he set up a perfect armbar and tapped him out with a very nice job by Diego Brandao. Versus Darren Elkins. I believe I've seen Elkins before, yeah. Yeah, Elkins coming off of few decision wins over a couple Oriental fighters, Michihiro Amagawa and Zhang Taekwon. I believe I saw a few of those guys fight. They're actually pretty tough guys who can take a lot of punishment. I don't believe I saw those fights, but I know who those guys are, and I know they're tough, so this would be a good fight, but I still got ran down by KO. Now, on to the main card. Stefan Struve versus LeVar Johnson. So, I know so many people that hate Stefan Struve, and I don't know why. You know, Struve's an okay guy, but Stefan Struve, if I was to name him as anybody, I'd name him as King of the Nobodies. He fights any top competition. He's had his chance at top competition a few times now. Every time he goes for a top competition, he gets knocked out within the first 2 minutes. He can't handle it. Versus LeVar Johnson, coming off of that battering fight, comeback knockout of Pat Barry just a few weeks ago. Actually, he must have taken this fight on short notice. And yeah, what Pat Barry did was he took LeVar down, and he just kept the game of fight on the ground. But then LeVar got back to his feet and started hammering with heavy punches, and not many of them got through. But I believe there was one solid one that did, and Pat Barry just gave up. He couldn't take any more punishment. So my prediction for this fight would be either Stefan Struve by submission or LeVar Johnson by knockout. Now, going on to Shane Del Rosario. I believe he's the guy in Strikeforce who got that Omoplata submission over Brandon Cash. And Stipe Miocic. Stipe Miocic is like kind of prides himself on being a protege of Mirko Cro Cop. And Shane Del Rosario, I don't know much about him. All I know is that, you know, he got the Omoplata submission. Rosario has some good grappling skills, and what I've seen, Stipe likes to keep it on the feet. So I guess to see where the fight goes will determine the winner. So, but if I had to bring this, I'd bring it to a decision on either fighter's path. Because I don't know how to predict that fight. I don't know a lot about the guys. And okay, third fight, Roy Nelson, Big Country versus Dave Herman. I know who Big Country is. Yeah. This is that man who just recently lost to Stefan Struve by TKO, who I mentioned earlier, versus Big Country. You know, if you lose to the King of the Nobodies, when Roy Nelson KO'd Stefan Struve big time, we got Roy Nelson by KO. Now on to the co-main event. This is a joke. Okay, just a joke. If I had to give Cain Velasquez, it's Cain Velasquez versus Antonio Silva. If I had to give Cain Velasquez a nickname, it'd be David. Because he's known for taking out these Goliaths in Big Ben Rothwell and Brock Lesnar. Bitch. There's murder. But yeah. And Antonio Silva coming off of getting knocked out by Daniel Cormier, who will be fighting Josh Barnett coming up soon here. But Silva showed that he has a lot of flaws in his stand-up game, where Cain is very crisp kickboxing. And yeah, I got Velasquez at TKO in the second round first. Now, on to the main event. Guys, I have no idea how I'm going to predict this one. I've always liked Frank Mir. And I really do like Junior Dos Santos, too. Like, you see one of my previous vids, I picked Cain to beat him, and he beat Cain. I don't hold anything against Junior for winning. He beat Cain fair and square. Cain just got caught. It happens in fighting. Now to the prediction. Well, if Junior manages to keep it on his feet, then I believe he'll beat Frank Mir. Will knock him out. But if Frank Mir can get this to the ground, by some divine miracle, get this to the ground, pull guard and set up a sweeper, getting a double leg, single leg, judo, hip throw, takedown, something, then he just might be able to pull it off. But my final prediction is Junior Dos Santos by KO in the second round or higher. It's just, this fight is very, very hard to choose because Frank Mir is such a dangerous person. If you watch UFC Primetime, the stuff that Nogueira is saying to Junior is just a bunch of revenge and hate spew. He's just mad at Mir, and he's just telling him a bunch of stuff. He's telling him the mistakes that Nogueira made, and he's gonna make Junior make the mistakes that he made. But I don't think Junior's gonna fall for it. At least I don't hope so. Like, like Big Nog says these things about Mir. Oh, his ground game is simple. His just attacks are quite dangerous. His ground game is so simple that he snap your arm off. Sounds pretty damn simple to me. Not. But yeah, it's just, this is an enormous fall on his part for Nogueira. He's teaching his fighter the wrong stuff, and he needs to pull his head out of his ass. But, you know, maybe Junior will take into consideration and realize what he has to do to win this fight. And to Frank Mir, I believe Frank Mir has psychological advantage because Frank Mir just recently proved that he's the best jiu-jitsu guy in the heavyweight division. Maybe in the UFC, who knows? There's no one who can tap anyone out better than Frank Mir. Frank Mir has to do is, for the love of God, like I said, get it to the ground. He has to get that fight to the ground, and he has to keep him there. He has to find some divine miracle. Like, Junior has amazing takedown defense. I don't think he, has a lot of technique in his takedown defense. I think he just uses his strength to overpower people when they go for the takedown, which is a good technique if you have an equal amount of strength. But if you watch the fight between Shane Carwin and him, Carwin actually fell down and just grabbed the back of Junior's ankle, and he fell down too, right on his back. But he didn't advance on him and everything, and Junior won the fight. I'm not saying that Junior's gonna be easy for Frank Mir. He's not. It's gonna be the hardest fight Frank Mir's ever had. If I had to dictate a winner, yeah, it'll be Junior by knockout, in my beliefs. I'm not saying Frank Mir can't do it, I'm just saying it's more unlikely. Well, anyways, that'll be it, guys. Right, man, keep it cool. Peace.